Hey, I'm Decathlon Gamer. Welcome back to Farm Sim 19. This is Last Frontier, and it's episode number 11. Right now, I'm doing the last stages here of seeding and initial fertilizing of the north field here on 26. The south field, the small field, still needs to be taken care of and handled. But then we are going to go ahead and spend a little bit of money and see ourselves into a whole new field, and that is field 25. I think at this point my plan is probably to create, like what we have here on 26, a north and south. Big difference being that there is the full property. There's no farm going on there. There's no lake in the middle of it, and therefore we should see two large fields out of field 25, and that is going to greatly expand our revenue stream. But it's also going to take a lot of time to prep. In terms of the day, the time, well, it's 1:13, right? It's already afternoon. We still have 26 South to take care of. It's going to take us probably an hour, maybe less. It's really small field. So if we're lucky, it'll take us less than an hour, maybe even just half an hour. And that's going to allow us to then have the whole afternoon to begin working on 25. But that plow job on 25 is massive, and that is going to take a long time. And of course, while working on that job, we're going to have to at the same time work on removing trees from within the field that are scattered about out there, because the last thing we need is objects in the middle of our field, as we've already seen with this one. Courseplay does not pick those up, and Courseplay is very much our friend in a series of this nature, especially with the small equipment that we have currently. One last pass should finish this off. Let's see if we can get this turned around quickly and easily enough without getting too close to the rocks, and we've done so. Good. And here we go. This should be the final pass, as long as it's not too wide right here at the end, where we had been doing our U-turns. It might require just a little bit. I'll keep this left edge, and yes, we need just one little piece more. I think we can back this one straight up, though. There we go. Adjust. Line up. And that's the big field ready to go. So let's do that quick work on 26 South, and then we can get started on 25. Going through this process, let's go ahead and use the time lapse with some jump cuts, because we've seen this field enough times. So with 26 South done, which I had to say we did get that done in just about half an hour, we are ready to begin with 25. And to start that process, we need to do essentially the same process as to what we did with 26 North, except we are going to do it a little bit in reverse. So I'm going to pick up my mowers, those we've just done, and we're going to head over here. You can see the field is definitely not flat. But let's go ahead and get into the map. And you can see here on 25 we have the rock formation that surrounds 26 South. So this rock formation here, we have our structure here that we put in place. But then 25, outside of that rock formation, it actually looks like it's clear. This could be a formation of trees. Potentially, we'll see when we get down there as we go to mow and kind of line the field. But then we have this rock formation up here, but it's primarily on 24, almost entirely. So we should be able to get all the way through. Now this is trees here at the upper end of 25, because we know for a fact, based on the proximity of the trees here. So 25 North, you're going to have a little dogleg around this tree formation. 25 South around the rock formation, and probably around this tree formation unless it's a few trees. But otherwise, we'll kind of split this in half, maybe just above the line here, and then put in another field up here to the north. But I also want to leave a bit of a pathway between these two fields. So we'll see how that goes. We'll start with the mow job. Let's go ahead and buy the field. So field 25, 85,000, takes almost all that we have. But we now own 2 fields. Now I know that field 25 kind of starts right here, right by the edge of this 26. So I'm going to line myself up right to the edge here. I'll lower it. I'm not going to turn that one on yet. Let's go ahead and unfold this one and lower that. Nope, raise that. There we go. Turn that one on. Start to pull forward. Ooh. There it is. Turn on the rear mower as well. Now, I already know that we could mow this area around 26th, and I think I might do it. Instead of going across the road and dealing with it that way, I think we will at least get kind of the field lined at least to here. But we are going to be at the end of our area relatively soon. So we're going to go ahead and take the curve here, and this is going to put us outside of the area here pretty quick. And yes, there you go. So this is land we do not own. And that gets us back into the line. So we'll follow the line around, staying as close to the edge as we can. I want to of get an idea of what's here before we really make a final say on what we want to do for lining the fields. We are approaching the edge. Okay, go ahead and stop going that way. There might be a little further we can go, but with this tree formation, I definitely don't want to get too deep anyway. So we're going to kind of make our way around these trees. Now this one tree that's sticking out, maybe actually both of these trees that are sticking out, are going to be ones we'll want to bring down. Yeah, we still haven't reached the edge here, have we? Does look like we can go right up beside this rock formation. Ooh. Okay, we're a little too far off there on the front mower now. Still haven't gotten it turned back on yet. Now it's back on, but we're also about to hit the edge of the field. There. Okay, see, now you can see just how far off the line we are on that 26 north as we kind of stop short of this tree formation for that field. It's going to make this 25 quite a bit bigger. You know what, let's go right to the edge. We might as well. Might as well line the field here. Now that we do own the whole thing. Alright, so the outer edge at least is lined now. Now, I definitely don't want to try to put a field in around this rock formation, as it would just be a nightmare for both the Courseplay and just in general trying to line it. I mean, like what we have on 26 North. And so this whole area back here is not something that I'm going to look to mess with. In fact, I think that's far enough. There is not a clear path through there. Now, I would take this one tree out right here that we just passed, but based on the rock formation and where the other trees are located at, I don't think it's going to be worth it taking that one down. So we will make our way around the rock formation and that grouping of trees, just like we're about to do with this area down here, making our way around it. Go ahead and finish the cut here. There we go. And we'll turn around. Alright, now, do I want to pull this one back in a little bit? We might. We'll mow it at least. And likewise, we're going to try to bring this over closer to the edge. A little closer anyway. See, once we get past it, we really do bring it over closer to the edge. And that's where we went over. See, the mower stopped and then we kind of gradually come back to it. This tree right here is one that will need to go. I do think we're going to try to come right up just about to the edge of the field. Not quite all the way. We're going to pull in every edge a little bit. We're definitely not going to go all the way back here either. Like I said, we are going to leave some space. Oh, these bushes are very annoying. We'll come down here a little ways. Okay, no need to go back there anymore. Let's go ahead and kind of cut this around. I mean, it's clear that I can get through here. At least for mowing, this will be a little different than what we do for the field work. as I go to finish mowing this field. This is a lot of grass, by the way. A lot. Had a little bit of an epiphany. So here's some thoughts. First, before I can start plowing these fields, I'm going to have to line these fields. But also, before I can start lining these fields, some of the trees are in the way on the exterior parts of the proposed fields for 25. So I've got some work to do, and I will have to bring down some trees first. Also, this is a lot of grass. I did mention in a previous episode that I am now looking to upgrade my windrower before rowing up this exact grass that I am just about done with cutting. So I need 30,000 to do that. There's a couple ways of going about doing that. One, take a loan. Hell no. Okay, axe that. Two, we take some of our crops within the silos and we get to the 30,000 we need, including selling the current windrower. It's going to be tight. Oh, it's a squeeze. Little bump there. But it's fine. It's fine. This tree... No, that tree's fine. Okay. So that's one way of doing it. Or we do what we need to do already, which is take down some of these exterior trees on the outer parts of the field and make our profit on those before getting into wait. Oh, there you go. Pull that up. Alright. So we take down some of these existing trees that are on the exterior that would essentially line the field. Sell enough of that to get the 30,000 we need. Oh, I could definitely do with this section of field. You know what? Let's just knock this one out as well. With a net of just $5,000 for bringing the trees down, we're definitely going to need to accrue a bit more in funding than we have thus far. I know this thing is just about out of gas. We will need to take care of that before too long, but not at this moment. So it is going to require to sell some crops in order to get where we need to get. So I'll be bringing the trailer out. First thing though is let's go ahead and sell off the old windrower, and then I'll see you at the store with whatever load of grain we need to make up the difference. Alright, so one load of oat, which of that only about 13-14% was the harvest we just did on 26 South. That 26 South is so small. It really is. It's pretty much a waste of time. Excuse me, as a field. I may combine it with parts of 25 if it makes sense to do so. Otherwise, I may replace that field entirely in the future with farm structures like, say, a cow pasture or something, if it fits in there, because Field 26 South is just way too small to be worth our time and effort that's required. But whatever, from in the silo and what we got from 26 South, we do have enough money now to buy the windrower, and then we will get started on rowing the field. But then also we need to bale that field up, and I've already decided I will not turn 100% of the field into we're not going to take 100% of 25 and turn it in to a field. What we're going to do is offline here. We are going to keep some of it as grass. In fact, I'm probably going to keep 2/3 of it. So at this point, I'm thinking I'm going to turn one chunk of it into a usable farm field. And then we will keep the rest of it as grass, because we're getting good money in baling. And it is a much easier process, especially as we improve the equipment on it. And it's going to be a good way to net us a pretty good income with a little less work until we have some big equipment that can make quick work of fields, in which case then we will turn to that. And especially the plowing part, which just takes a really long time. So 25 for now, we'll have one field, and then the rest will be grass. We're going to go pick up the windrower, and then we'll get started on that project. Windrower purchased, and we are ready to get going. This one has just over twice the width of the previous one, and that makes a substantial difference. I mean, we're talking half the time, but really, because the other one was so skinny, the rows just weren't enough by themselves, so you kind of had to overlap again and again just to get enough to make it worthwhile to pick up. So 2 passes for one, well, really you were losing a bit, so it was roughly 1/3 of the coverage that this one will have. So this will make a massive difference going forward. And if we're going to keep a good chunk of 25 as grass for a little while, this is an important step in that process, as we're going to be spending a lot of time mowing grass. That should be about it, I think. For all of these stumps now. There might be 1 or 2 strays out there. That was a lot of small trees that we brought down. Unfortunately, they didn't really net us much of an income because of how small they were. So I kind of make one last once-over of the area. Stumps should be taken care of. So in our next episode, we will get this road, we'll get this baled, and we will make some money. Ooh, I see one. I see one. And I would think, as this is almost the entire field 25, this actually is going to come with a pretty good net income for us. And kind of be that primary justification to not bother with too much field creation just yet, because the fields require a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot more than what the bale work requires of us. And I want to take advantage of that for a little bit in order to increase our funds. The biggest thing that I want to do next, we desperately need to get a better tractor. We're not going to buy another field. I don't think there's any more equipment that I want to get onto just yet. What I want is the better tractor. This tractor will be sold eventually, but that is eventually, not short term, because I'd very much like to have two. We can keep this one often on the Courseplay doing its thing, and that allows us to work more than one field at a time, more than one project at a time, and that allows us to keep up with the heavy pace that is the exact opposite of this type of playthrough than one with seasons active. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to hit that like button, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, and be safe out there, everyone. And bye for now.